Let's see how well I do here. This is a really old car in really good shape. This is a 93 Ford Taurus with 30,000 original miles. Complaint is it starts and shuts down. So it starts and runs. Okay. Distributor. Oh, doesn't seem like it's stalling. Oh my god, it's got cold air. Feels good. Seems to rev okay. I don't see anything weird going on here. It's 93. I don't know if it stores any codes. Guess there's one way to find out. That's this module. Makes noise. Oh, maybe not. Let's go to scanner. Key on, engine running, self-test. Oh. The compressor kicked off and it kind of sounded different. Let me put this back in here. Off to on. Engine running, start engine. Okay. I wonder if it's going to make me turn the air off. I don't want to. Start engine. Press and release brake pedal. 180. And this doesn't have an overdrive switch, so there's no fault codes. Oh, it just stumbled. Now I can hear the fuel pump. It's stumbling again. Fuel pump's pretty noisy. It doesn't sound like it's cutting out. It's been super hot, so I'm pretty sure that the AC was probably on while this was acting up on him. I want to do a key on, engine off test. So I'm going to shut that off, turn that on, continue, key on, do not start. AC defrost on, who cares, shift solenoid 2. Mass airflow too low. Profile, whoops, erratic. The pip is erratic. Come on. Shift solenoid 2 again. Let's see what troubleshooter says. Why not? Code tip. Symptom tip. Driving problems, electrical mechanics, smoke smells, starting problems. Crank, no start, no injector pulse, I don't know that. No start, miscellaneous or intermittent. No start, crank. No start, no fuel pressure, no start, no spark. I don't know all those, so let's just see this. If no distributor rotation, blah, blah, blah. Check power coil. No fault. See, I don't know, I haven't confirmed the complaint yet. Car's not running right now. 188 degrees. Kayak. It's raining. Okay, it's running. Mass airflow volts. And it's raining. Mass airflow volts. It's a lot of pulse width. I don't know if it's because of the AC compressor. Short term, -4. Positive 2. Battery voltage is good. Okay, we're in closed loop. That's what I was looking for. So what do I want to look at? Honestly, don't even know what to look at. It's like deselect all. Yeah, we'll put RPM in there. I don't know when it stalls, so I don't know if I even need to look at the IAC. We'll put it in there. Mass airflow volts, PFE volts. For now, I'm just going to leave the injectors off. Voltage reference. Canister purge, fuel pump. Yeah, why not? It's been a long time, so I'm going to have to look up the voltages for the mass airflow sensor. 0.92 looks about right from what I remember for the throttle position sensor. Wow, okay. That's pretty weird. Maybe those transmission codes have something to do with this, because it does not feel like I am in, feels like I'm stuck in second gear or some other gear. Reverse, I can accelerate. Let me see. Yeah, reverse, I can accelerate good. Unfortunately, I got to turn this down a little. All right, let's get on the road here. I'm gonna floor it. Oof, it is like got nothing. I realize this thing's not a torque monster, but it should definitely have more power than that. I'll drop it down in the first. Nope. First gear. Doesn't feel like first gear. see what kickdown does. It's like no kickdown. A little bit. Right around there where I was full throttle. Come on. Just a full throttle. Come on. Alright, so full throttle. Full rich. On, do I got both of them on this side here? So it's open loop because I'm in full throttle. RPM 3600. Alright, both are rich. 485 PFE. Okay. Short-term fuel trim is adding 33%. That's kind of high. Long-term is 0. Fuel pump is on. Manual 1. It's in drive. It's in overdrive. Neutral. Reverse. Okay. And park. OS 490 700. It's kind of crappy shift. 1260 1400. So it's OSS TSS. Turbine speed sensor, output speed sensor is a pretty close matching to RPM. The TCC solenoid is 0%. Third gear is what I'm in right now. So let me come to a stop, second gear. Okay. PRND, I don't know what that means, but I'm on the gas and I'm like not going anywhere. So PRND, whatever that is. So if I go into first here, it says second gear. See if this will drop down. I'm going to coast down. Still in second. PRND. This thing has not died on me. I still don't even know what's going on with that. Maybe there's a heat soak problem. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong stuff right now. Most likely. This parameter is calculated by the PCM. PCM monitors shift solenoid status to calculate current gear. The parameter displays current gear as PRND, second, third, fourth, fifth, based on shift solenoids only. Okay, so PRND, I guess, is first gear. Driving problems. Is this a stalling? Hesitation, stumble, stall, lack power. Fuel tank is pretty loud. I do want to check fuel pressure. Hesitation, stumble, stall. And now she's running pretty rough. She's rough. There it goes. And it's ready to stall. Okay. Alright. It died. There you go. That fuel pump sounds really weird. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm willing to bet this is a fuel problem. It did have 33% added in fuel on the short term. It's really running rough. Starting to smooth it out a little bit. Wonder if that fuel gauge is even accurate. Oh yep, it's backfiring when I give it some throttle. Oh yeah, that fuel pump sounds weird. revving up. Oh yeah, that fuel pump sounds really crappy. I'm not on the gas or nothing. Alright, so there you go. I don't know if you heard that. It's high pitched. And then it kind of went low. Like that. There you go. There. Oh, check that out. I am on a hill here. A little bit of a hill. Now that I got it to do that, I feel better about the tests now that I can do. Fuel pump sounds a lot deeper. It still wants to die. This is definitely a fuel problem. Turn this off again. Oh man, I need to find a way to... The pump's over here. Should stall too. Hear how loud that is? I'm gonna just set this here, maybe you can hear it. I'm going to put my camera down there real quick. Looks like the fuel's boiling in there. That's not good. It means it's got no fuel pressure. Oof. Okay, 10 psi. Yeah, we got no fuel pressure. There's no fuel pressure. It is holding at 40. Now it seems to be running good. Yep, and fuel pressure's going down. We're at 30. Did go up, which is weird. It's just not gonna... Am I gonna have to hook the scope up to this thing? Right now it's running great. Wonderful. Oh, down to 20 psi. There it goes, 20 psi. Dead. I missed it. Son of a bitch. Just seems like the issue is more fuel pump than anything else. And you can see, well, I can see the little hole there. That's, I think, the actual fuel tank inlet. So, past the rubber hose and go in here, kind of bumping into the side there. It's not helpful. Okay. I tried. Let me see if I can. That sounds empty. Let me call him real quick. Hey, do you got a? It seems. I think you're out of gas. Yeah.
I thought so.
Because it sounds. It's definitely fuel related. It took a real long time for it to act up. But when I banged on the fuel tank, it sounded kind of hollow. I tried putting my camera down in there to see if there was any fuel in there. Now this should be enough to, if it is actually a fuel problem with level. I'm still thinking it's a fuel pump because he did say it always feels like it has no power. Fuel pressure is not going up any higher. Very little bit. I want to see. Dang. I would like to see if I can deadhead this. Oof. Look at that. I got nothing. Got no fuel pressure. And there's not much coming out of there. We'll kind of explain the high 7 milliseconds injectors. Alright. So it is getting up there a little bit. I would expect it to be a little higher though. So we're at 50 psi. Oh, dropping down. Nothing coming out of the fuel pressure regulator. Yeah, that return's completely blocked off. So we got 55, 52, it's dropping, 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 dropping. 42, less than 3 amps. This fuel pump's only pulling less than 3 amps, so it's definitely a fuel pump.
Really?
Yeah, I put that in there, and it's still stalled out. And then I pinched off the return line, and it went. I don't even know what the spec is, but I'd have to check it. It only went up to like 52, and then it came back down. Like when you deadhead it, it should probably go 60, 70 psi. But it's also holding it's holding pressure, so it's not. Like bleeding back into the tank. Your fuel pressure regulator is good.
Do you think that has to do with this thing like not having much power?
Probably.
If I thought it was the damn trans.
Trans feels weird.
Yeah.
You know, like wide open throttle. The computer's adding 33% fuel, so it's like kind of starving.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's starving for fuel, but it was showing that it was rich the whole time. So it was adding enough fuel to keep it from going lean, if that makes any sense. But it wasn't acting up at that time. I hooked this up because I wanted to catch it on the oscilloscope, and now it won't do it. This is spinning at 5,700 RPMs. When I was running it and it was starting to act up, the fuel pressure dropped. It went all the way to 0.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can still hear the pump whining. As you can hear the pitch of the pump change it. It would be like, you know what I mean? So that's why I was thinking maybe it was low on fuel, like it was sucking air or something like that. You may have other problems as to why it's sluggish too. You know what I mean? I had like 7 milliseconds for the injector pulse width. seems really high. So it seems like the injectors are staying open longer, which would make sense because the computer's commanding it to stay open longer, so it can get the fuel that it needs.
You think the injectors are shot?
Nah. They're doing what they're told to do. I was just noting that it's this thing's not going to die on me. I was just noting that it's also a piece of evidence showing that this fuel pump can't keep up.